In chapter 23 of Wuthering Heights, Catherine and Mrs. Dean cross the moors to visit Linton. The day before, Heathcliff told Catherine that Linton is dying because she stopped writing her letters to him. When they arrive, Linton tells Catherine not to kiss him because it takes his breath away. Literally, not romantically. He is angry he had to write to her because it tired him, and then his father blamed him for her never visiting, calling him a painful, shuffling, worthless thing. Catherine repeatedly asks Linton if he's glad to see her. Linton says he wants to marry her, so she will take care of him. Catherine says being brother and sister is better, that husbands and wives sometimes hate each other. This leads to an argument about their fathers. Catherine defends Edgar, and Linton defends Heathcliff. Angry, Catherine gives Linton's chair a shove, causing him to choke and cough. Catherine apologizes, saying, "I couldn't have been hurt by that little push, and I had no idea that you could either." But Linton doesn't accept Catherine's apology. But when she tries to leave, he writhes on the floor in agony, determined to be as grievous and harassing and annoying as he can be. Catherine spends another hour trying to make him comfortable, propping his pillows and reciting poetry for him while he leans on her for support. Back at Thrushcross Grange, Mrs. Dean catches a cold that incapacitates her for 3 weeks. Catherine diligently nurses Mrs. Dean and her father during the day and sneaks over to Wuthering Heights to care for Linton every night. In chapter 23, Catherine and Linton's lack of passion contrasts sharply with Cathy and Heathcliff's all-consuming, passionate love. Catherine's visit mirrors an event from the past, when Edgar visits Cathy and she has a violent tantrum, manipulating Edgar into staying around afterward. Back then, Edgar was the proper gentleman, Cathy the spoiled, indulgent child. Here, Catherine is the nurse and Linton is the spoiled, indulgent child. On top of all this, their physical interactions are cold, lifeless, and clinical. They disappoint Catherine, who's eager for a real romance. Linton's illness also reflects a difference from the past. Cathy suffered from a broken heart. Linton is shown to be insufferable. The symbolic ghost of the past lingers in the present when Linton and Catherine argue over their father's different versions of the truth, and it creates a loose dramatic irony that flows through the novel. The reader knows significantly more about the past than Linton or Catherine do. The reader gets a front row seat to the effects of different combinations of mixed bloodlines and environments, nature versus nurture, over time, while the characters lack contextual knowledge about where they come from and what exactly is influencing their behavior.